Have you ever sat at your desk overwhelmed with the feeling that maybe you're just not that good at your job? Believe me, I've had these thoughts too. It's a feeling that many of us experience, but we rarely talk about. Today we're going to explore this common experience and discuss why you might feel this way, and most importantly, what you can do to minimize these thoughts. Before we dive in, it's important to understand that feeling inadequate at times is part of the human experience, especially in our careers. But why do we feel this way? Let's break it down. One major reason for having these thoughts is the high expectations we set on ourselves. We live in a world where excellence is often the benchmark, and anything less can make us feel like we're failing. But remember, perfection is a myth. Nobody is perfect at their jobs, despite what it might seem like when your coworker is always at the top of the sales charts or nails every client pitch. A second reason for feeling like we're bad at our jobs could be a lack of experience. If you're new to your role or in your field, it might feel like you're playing catch-up. Everyone starts somewhere, and it's okay not to know everything right off the bat. For example, when I first started working at a marketing agency, I felt overwhelmed by how much I didn't know. It was like everyone around me was speaking a different language. But that's just part of the learning experience, and it's okay to feel this way. A third reason is comparison with others. With websites like LinkedIn showcasing everyone's highlight reels at work, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. But here's the thing, everyone's journey is unique. Comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20 isn't just unfair, it's unrealistic. So if you ever find yourself doubting your abilities at work, step back and ask yourself why. Understanding the root of these feelings is the first step to overcoming them. Remember, feeling inadequate at times doesn't mean that you're not capable or talented, it just means you're human. I want to share a personal story with you, and maybe you can relate. A while back, I was working at a marketing agency and I was assigned a new client. My main responsibility was managing this client's media campaigns. Now, here's the catch, I had no prior experience managing media campaigns. I felt completely lost. I didn't even know where to begin. The client was using industry jargon that was foreign to me, and I wasn't sure how to bridge this knowledge gap. I felt like an imposter in meetings, nodding along, but not really understanding anything that was being said. In my uncertainty, I did something that I now realize was maybe not the best approach. I backed off and let my boss handle everything. At the time, it seemed like the only option because I was afraid of making mistakes. This decision only amplified my feelings of inadequacy. I was convinced that I wasn't good enough for my job because I lacked the knowledge and skills needed to do this job. Looking back, if I could have changed this situation, I would have handled it differently. Instead of retreating, I would have had a candid conversation with my manager to discuss how I was feeling and to get some guidance. I would have asked more about the expectations for my role and asked about how the company could help getting me trained in what I needed some help with. If I had taken these steps, I believe I could have shifted my mindset from feeling like I was bad at my job to feeling like I was just learning and growing. If you've had similar feelings that you're just not that good at your job, there are steps you can take. These can help to not only improve your self-perception, but they can help you to level up your skills as well. First, instead of being hard on yourself for not knowing something, focus on learning and growth. Seek out resources like online courses, workshops, and books related to your field. Embrace the mindset of being a lifelong learner. Second, don't shy away from asking for feedback. Constructive criticism can be incredibly valuable. It gives you a realistic view of where you are now and what you might need to improve on. Yes, it can be hard to hear, but it's essential for growth. Third, set realistic and achievable goals for yourself in learning. These should be specific, measurable, and time-bound. Celebrate the victories along the way. They add up and boost your confidence. Also, don't hesitate to utilize professional development resources offered by your workplace or industry. These can range from training sessions to mentorship programs and can be super helpful. Combining these steps, focusing on learning, seeking guidance, setting goals, and reaching out for support creates a super strong strategy for overcoming the feelings of not being good enough. As we wrap up this discussion, remember that not feeling good enough in your job is a challenge that many of us face in our careers. But if you work at it, it's something you can overcome. By understanding the reasons behind these feelings and taking the steps we just discussed, you can change your mindset and feel a lot better about how you're performing at work. If you got something out of today's video, I would love it if you hit that little like button. It really helps out this new and growing channel. And if you'd like to see more videos about careers and work-life balance, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of this community. Thanks so much for watching today, and I'll see you later.